and welcome to this week's video, which is a fabric haul. Hi, I'm Amelia and welcome to my channel, So Amelia, where I talk all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. This week it's one of my favourite videos and it's one I've been saving up for a little while. It's a fabric haul. So inspired by the recent warm weather, I have bought a few new fabrics to share with you, ready for some summer sewing, and a pattern as well, which I'll share with you at the end. So the first couple of fabrics I'll share with you are from the lovely Georgie at Hey Sew Sister. I saw these on her Instagram and I instantly knew that I needed them in my life. I have recently sewn the True Bias Zoe tank and I knew that I wanted to make the dress, so that's why I bought the pattern originally, was for the dress. It's a really lovely V-necked tank top with a scooped back, and there is a crop version of the tank. The tank finishes at the high hip and there's a gorgeous long dress, which is what I would like to ultimately to sew. I saw these ribbed cotton jerseys and I had to have them. So there's this one here, which is such a lovely little floral, and I love the colours in this. They're a lovely muted palette of browns and yellows and purples, and I just love it. So I'd like to make a Zoe tank from this, but I did buy about 1.5 meters. The tank can come out of a very small amount of fabric, so if there is some left over, I'd like to make perhaps a little jersey dress or skirt for my daughter from the remnants of this. I think that would be a really, really sweet dress for her. Or if I don't make her a dress, I might save it in fact for the winter and make a wintry turtleneck from that to go under some of my pinafores, which I also think would look super cute. And who doesn't love a bit of floral in the winter? The second fabric that I bought from Hey Sew Sister is this jersey. Now this is also a ribbed cotton jersey. Now the Zoe tank does suggest a ribbed jersey, and it's not something I've sewn with a lot before, so I was really quite keen to give it a go. And I bought enough of this fabric to make the Zoe dress, which I'm super excited about. So it's got the most beautiful floral print, again in these slightly more muted tones, but with that raspberry colour that I've been really keen on lately. So I know it will go with some of the jumpers in my wardrobe, which is also great in terms of making sure it goes with things I already have. So it's these browns, slight cream colours. I love that sort of deeper sagey green, I suppose, and that lovely olivey green, and then this raspberry pink colour. And I think that will look glorious as a Zoe tank dress. So that's my plan for that one. Now the Zoe tank and dress comes in a size 0 to 18, and that's a bust of 32 inches up to a bust of 44 5/8 inches. I ended up grading from a size 8 across the bust and the waist to a size 12 at the hip, which was perfect. I was really happy with the fit. I didn't want it to be too tight over my hips, particularly in a cotton jersey dress. I wanted it to be quite floaty over the hips, but still nice and fished across the bust and the waist. So I did share my Zoe tank in last week's video, my May makes. If you haven't seen that yet, pop across and see it. But that's what I plan to do with this one, is make a dress version of the tank that I twirled in May. So continuing on the jersey theme, I got some cotton jerseys recently from Jelly Fabrics. Now Jelly Fabrics were kind enough to sponsor a prize in the recent Selfless Sewing Challenge run by Adele, who is Sew for Serenity, Crystal, who is my Sewcial Thread, and Claire, who is Stitch Hem Sew. Now they ran a fantastic sewing challenge, which was so much fun, all about sewing for others during the month of April. Now I made my daughter her smocked Easter dress, and that won the children's wear category, which was just so exciting. And my prize was a voucher to Jelly Fabrics. Now I've not shopped with them before, but they have so many fantastic prints, especially for children. So I got my boys because they are desperate for a pair of summer pajamas, and they each chose their own fabrics, and then I chose one for my daughter. So there will be 3 new pairs of pajamas coming up, hopefully in the next month or so, because like I said, they definitely need them. So it was so nice to be able to spend that voucher on these fabrics. So thank you Adele and Crystal and Claire for running such a fab challenge, and thanks to Jelly Fabrics for sponsoring the prize. So first of all, for my daughter, I chose this really sweet bunny print fabric. I just think that's so cute. So it's got the bunnies, it's got the welly boots, it's got the seeds. She absolutely adores being out in the garden, pottering about in her welly boots. She loves animals and finding buzzy bees and spotting things in the garden. So I thought this would just be perfect for a little summer nightie for her. So that's the first one I got for my daughter. And then my son, who is almost 6, chose this really neat fabric here with teddy bears flying airplanes, which is so cool. They've all got little flying goggles and scarves on. It's so much fun, and he loved getting to choose his own fabric, and so he will get a pair of jammies made from this cotton jersey. Now, my oldest son is a real Harry Potter fan, and he has just finished the last book in the series, which is a real rite of passage, I think, coming to the end of that series. And he is in Ravenclaw House. So Jelly Fabrics had a wonderful selection of Harry Potter fabrics, really lovely and different from anything I've seen before. And they had a bunch of fabrics that were the different school houses. So he was thrilled to see that, and so he chose this fabric here, which has got the blue colours for Ravenclaw, and then different little magical things. It's got brooms and wands and potions and cauldrons. So yes, he was super excited to see that. So he's asked for a pair of pajamas from this cotton jersey. Jelly Fabrics just had such a great selection to choose from, and the quality of those cotton jerseys is really, really good. They are soft, and they stretch really well and recover really well. So I'm looking forward to sewing with those, and the children are really, really excited about having pajamas from fabric that they have chosen themselves. Now, in terms of the pattern that I'm going to use for their pajamas, I'm going to use the DIBY Anything But Basic Kids T-shirt. Now, I'm not sure that that's available anymore, but I'll link the website below. I think unfortunately she's shut down her website now, but if you can get hold of that pattern, it is a fantastic free t-shirt pattern for children. So I'll be using that to make their t-shirts. I have used it before and I know it works really, really well for them. So that's what I'll use for their t-shirts. Now, I haven't got a pajama shorts pattern for my boys for jersey fabric, but what I thought I might try is the bobbins and buttons elasticated waist shorts pattern. That's another free pattern that I used in the Frugal Sewing Challenge that was run in March, and I absolutely loved it. I've used it quite a lot already for all 3 of my children actually, and I thought I would give it a go with the jersey fabric. My boys really like trousers and shorts that aren't too fitted, that are quite loose and flowy, and because they're elasticated waist shorts, I can bring those in to where I need them. And then because the cotton jersey is so lovely, I think it will work fine as those shorts, even though that they are created for woven fabric. But watch this space. I'll hopefully share those with you soon, and we'll see if my plans worked out. In terms of the nightie for my daughter, there is a lovely pattern that is available online that is for cotton jersey nighties. I found that so hard to find. I was looking at Christmas for a cotton jersey pattern for a little girl's nightie, and in the end I did come across one, so I'll link that down below. It is a really sweet sort of crew-necked nightie. It comes with a short sleeve or a long sleeve. It comes as a short length or as a long maxi length nightie. I just make her somewhere sort of between knee and mid-calf length. Especially in the summer, I don't want it to be too long. It's got a lovely little frill across the bottom and she just loves wearing it. So I'll probably make the short-sleeved version with a little frill across the bottom for her from her cotton jersey. Now, the last fabric I'm going to share with you this month is one that's been gifted to me by Sew Me Sunshine, and I'm very excited to be collaborating with them. I'm going to write a blog about what I make with this fabric. It is this divine cotton from Lady McElroy. It is so beautiful. I love that the floral is in these diamond shapes. I just think that's so, so lovely. And I do love a navy base. I wasn't sure about the navy base for summer, but I think with these lovely bright flowers, I think it will look really lovely as a summer dress, and I really can't wait to make that. The pattern I have planned for this is the Pauline dress by Closet Core Patterns. I have had my eye on this for a very, very long time, but have not yet found the right fabric for it. It's got a beautiful structured bodice with a square neck, and then it has a really lovely open back detail. So I'm very excited to give this a go. in this fabric, and I think that pattern will really let the fabric shine. I have a few little hacks that I want to make to the Pauline dress pattern, just to really play with the pattern and with the fabric to make sure it really shines as it ought. Oh, it's glorious. But I will wait and share those with you in the blog, so do stay tuned for that, and hopefully I will also share this with you in my June Makes video. So that is this glorious Lady McElroy floral cotton from Sew Me Sunshine, and I'll link that in the description box below. Now, I'm hopefully going to a couple of events in June and July, some birthday parties and things like that. So I wanted to make sort of a party dress for those occasions, and the pattern that really caught my eye recently is the Dragonfruit dress by Caramiya Maui. I just adore this dress. It comes with two versions. One is a slightly more simple version, and the other has this most incredible ruffle around the neckline and over the sleeves. So I could not resist. I love a ruffle. I love a dress that has a sort of statement something, and for a summer statement dress, I thought I had to have this one. So I haven't quite decided on a fabric for this one yet. I think it needs to be something that's really going to hold the structure of that ruffle. I do have a lovely Pigeon Wishes cotton seersucker in my collection. I'm just not sure how much I've got of that and whether it will be enough to make the dress. If it is, I might use that. Otherwise, I'm not sure yet what I will use for that dress, but it's definitely one that I would love to make this summer for a couple of those events that I'm going to. I just think that ruffle is something else, and I cannot wait to make that one up. The last thing I bought this month was a little bit of haberdashery. Now, Paige Joanna and Pigeon Wishes have done another collaboration for some buttons, and they are gorgeous. I loved the first set that they released, and I love this one even more. So I did buy some buttons, and I also bought some of Paige Joanna's new labels that she's released. The set of buttons that I chose from the new collection were these ones here, these gorgeous pink flower shaped buttons, and I could not resist those. I think they are so lovely, those little pink buttons. They've sort of got colour gradients running through them, and I think they will look so gorgeous on a shirt or on a dress. I haven't got a project in mind for them yet, but they were so cute, I could not leave them in the shop. Now, the other set of buttons I picked up at the same time were these mint buttons, and I think they were from the first collection that Paige did with Meg from Pigeon Wishes. They are these large mint green buttons, and they just remind me of mint ice cream. They're so gorgeous. Now, the reason I picked those up is because at the Stitch Festival recently, I picked up this beautiful raincoat fabric from Sewing Sanctuary. It's got butterflies all over it, and I think it will make a really, really gorgeous raincoat for my daughter. Now, she doesn't need one just yet, so this is going to go away for when she needs her new raincoat, possibly in the autumn, but I just thought those buttons went really, really nicely with the colour of the background, and will look super cute on that rain jacket. So that's why I picked up those green ones from Paige Joanna. And then I picked up two sets of labels from her. This one says another floral dress, which I felt was appropriate, and this one says cute as a button. So I thought I'll pop some of those labels on the dresses I make for my daughter, and then not another floral dress, or no, another floral dress can go on some of my makes, because I do love a floral dress. I mean, who doesn't? So that's it. I mean, it feels like quite a lot, but a few things in there that are much, much needed. Certainly my children are desperate for pajamas, and I mean, who doesn't need another floral dress? I cannot wait to make that Lady McElroy into a beautiful dress to be worn this summer. I'm very excited. So I'm going to go now and pop away those fabrics. They've been sitting waiting for me to film them, building up in a lovely pile in my sewing room. So I'm very excited now to be able to go and pop them away, ready for when I am going to start on those projects. Do share below what you're working on this month. It's always fun to hear what fabrics you've been buying recently and what projects you are working on, so do comment below and let me know what is in your plans for June. And if you enjoyed watching today's video, do please leave a like, and if you haven't yet, I would so love it if you would subscribe and become one of my regular viewers. It's so great to have so many of you following along on my sewing journey. I so appreciate those of you who have subscribed already and who comment regularly on my videos. It's lovely to chat with you, and thank you so much for all the lovely comments that you do leave on my videos. It's such a pleasure chatting with you all down in the comments. So I'm going to head off now. I look forward to sharing hopefully my week in sewing with you next week, and until then I'll say goodbye, and I hope you have a lovely week ahead full of lots of happy sewing, and I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye!